Hello adventurers and welcome to Pitcairn Island. I'm your host, and today we're journeying to one of the most remote places on Earth. Located in the vast expanse of the South Pacific Ocean, Pitcairn is a tiny volcanic island, a mere speck of land in an endless blue world. This island holds a unique place in history and offers a glimpse into a life untouched by the modern world as we know it. It's a place where time seems to stand still, where nature reigns supreme, and where a small community thrives against all odds. Join me as we explore the wonders and challenges of life on Pitcairn Island, a true testament to human resilience and the enduring power of nature. Get ready to discover whether this remote outpost is a paradise or a nightmare. Pitcairn Island is situated in the southern Pacific Ocean, more than 3,000 miles from New Zealand and over 4,000 miles from the coast of South America. To put that into perspective, imagine traveling the entire length of the United States twice. That's the kind of isolation we're talking about. This tiny island, just 2 miles long and 1 mile wide, is actually the exposed peak of a massive underwater volcano. Its rugged cliffs rise dramatically from the ocean depths, their slopes cloaked in lush vegetation. The island is surrounded by treacherous reefs, making access a true challenge even for the most experienced sailors. But despite its remote location and formidable terrain, Pitcairn Island is home to a small and resilient community, the descendants of the infamous Bounty Mutineers. Our story begins in 1789 aboard the HMS Bounty, a British Royal Navy ship sailing the South Pacific. The Bounty was on a mission to collect breadfruit plants from Tahiti, a seemingly idyllic task in a paradise setting. However, tensions simmered below deck between the ship's captain, William Bligh, and his crew. Captain Bligh, known for his strict discipline and harsh punishments, clashed frequently with his men, particularly his master's mate, Fletcher Christian. The crew, yearning for the freedom and beauty of Tahiti, grew increasingly resentful of Bligh's authoritarian rule. This volatile mix of power struggles, paradise lost, and simmering resentment finally erupted into open rebellion. On April 28, 1789, Fletcher Christian led a mutiny against Captain Bligh. They seized control of the Bounty, casting Bligh and 18 loyal crew members adrift in a small launch. The mutineers, desperate to escape the reach of British justice, set sail into the vast unknown of the Pacific, searching for a safe haven. The mutineers, led by Christian, initially sailed back to Tahiti, where some chose to stay. However, Christian, fearing eventual capture, knew they needed a more permanent hiding place. They set sail again, this time with a group of Tahitian men and women who joined them seeking a new life. Their search led them to Pitcairn Island, a tiny, uncharted speck of land in the vastness of the Pacific. It appeared to be the perfect hideaway, remote, uninhabited, and seemingly untouched by the outside world. The mutineers decided to make this isolated island their home. They stripped the Bounty of all useful supplies and, in a dramatic act of severing ties with their past, burned the ship. The remains of the Bounty can still be seen in the waters off Pitcairn today, a haunting reminder of their daring escape and the irrevocable choice they made. Life on Pitcairn was far from easy. The early years were marked by hardship, internal strife, and tragedy. Disagreements over land and women led to violence and death, decimating the small population. The community was pushed to the brink, their dream of a peaceful paradise shattered by their own internal conflicts. Yet, against all odds, the community endured. The surviving women and children, descendants of both the mutineers and the Tahitians, rebuilt their lives. They forged a new culture, a unique blend of Polynesian and British traditions that survives to this day. The Pitcairn Islanders, as they came to be known, are a testament to human resilience, their story a captivating blend of adventure, tragedy, and survival against all odds. Imagine a life where the rhythm of the day is dictated by the sun and the tides, where the air is filled with the sounds of the ocean and the calls of exotic birds. This is daily life on Pitcairn Island, a world away from the hustle and bustle of modern civilization. The island is home to just a few dozen people, all descendants of the Bounty Mutineers and their Tahitian companions. They live in Adamstown, the island's only settlement, a collection of simple houses scattered across a verdant hillside. Life here is simple, self-sufficient, and deeply connected to the natural world. Islanders rely on a mix of subsistence farming, fishing, and foraging to sustain themselves. They cultivate fruits, vegetables, and root crops on the fertile volcanic soil and venture out into the surrounding waters to catch fish, their lifeline in this remote corner of the world. The pace of life is slow and deliberate. There are no cars on the island, just a few quad bikes and the occasional tractor. People walk or ride horses to get around, their days filled with chores, community gatherings, and the simple pleasures of life in a remote paradise. The Pitcairn community is incredibly close-knit. With such a small population, everyone is related in some way, their lives intertwined by shared history and the bonds of kinship. This strong sense of community is evident in every aspect of life on the island. Islanders share resources and responsibilities, working together to maintain their unique way of life. They have a strong tradition of communal labor, where everyone pitches in to help with tasks like harvesting crops, repairing buildings, or welcoming the occasional passing ship. Social gatherings are frequent and lively, with music, dancing, and storytelling playing a central role in island culture. The Seventh-day Adventist Church is the cornerstone of Pitcairn society. Introduced by missionaries in the 19th century, the church has had a profound influence on island life. Most islanders are devoutly religious, observing a strict Sabbath and adhering to the church's teachings. This shared faith provides a strong sense of unity and purpose, shaping moral values and guiding daily life. Sunday services are a time for reflection, community singing, and reaffirming the bonds that hold this tiny community together. Life on Pitcairn has remained remarkably unchanged for generations. The islanders have clung fiercely to their traditions, preserving their unique culture and way of life in the face of isolation and modernity. However, even in this remote corner of the world, change is inevitable. The arrival of the internet and satellite communication has broken down the island's isolation, connecting them to the outside world in ways unimaginable just a few decades ago. Islanders now have access to information, entertainment, and communication with the rest of the world, exposing them to new ideas and influences. This exposure to the outside world has brought both opportunities and challenges. Tourism, while still limited, offers a potential source of income and a way to share their unique culture with the world. However, it also brings the risk of diluting their traditions and impacting their fragile environment. The island's small population and limited resources also pose significant challenges. Maintaining essential services like healthcare and education is a constant struggle, and the lack of economic opportunities forces many young people to leave the island in search of a different future. The Pitcairn Islanders face a delicate balancing act, preserving their traditions while adapting to the changing world around them. Despite its isolation and challenging terrain, Pitcairn Island boasts a surprising diversity of natural wonders. Born from the depths of the Pacific Ocean, this volcanic island is a testament to the raw power of nature, its rugged landscape sculpted by wind, waves, and time. Towering cliffs, cloaked in vibrant green vegetation, rise dramatically from the sea, their sheer faces pounded by crashing waves. Hidden within these steep slopes are deep, fertile valleys, nourished by volcanic soil and frequent rainfall. Here, a tapestry of tropical flora thrives, from towering palm trees and fragrant frangipani to delicate ferns and vibrant hibiscus flowers. The island's interior is a hiker's paradise, crisscrossed by narrow trails that wind their way through dense forests and open meadows. As you ascend the slopes, breathtaking panoramic views unfold, revealing the vastness of the Pacific Ocean and the island's rugged coastline. Look closely, and you might spot the endemic Pitcairn reed warbler flitting through the undergrowth, or hear the haunting call of the red-tailed tropic bird circling overhead. Waterfalls cascade down the cliffs, their freshwater streams carving through the volcanic rock, creating hidden pools and nurturing life in this remote paradise. The air is alive with the sounds of nature, the gentle rustling of leaves, the chirping of crickets, and the distant roar of the ocean. It's a sensory symphony that reminds you of the raw power and beauty of the natural world. The ocean is not just a backdrop to life on Pitcairn Island, it's the lifeblood of the community, shaping their history, their culture, and their very survival. The waters surrounding the island teem with life, providing sustenance and a source of endless fascination for those who call this remote outpost home. Fishing is more than just a way of life here. It's an art form passed down through generations. Islanders are skilled fishermen, their knowledge of the ocean's rhythms and currents honed over centuries. They venture out in small boats, casting lines for tuna, wahoo, and mahi-mahi, or setting traps for lobsters and crabs. The bounty of the sea is shared among the community, a vital source of protein in their diet. Beneath the surface, a kaleidoscope of colors and marine life awaits. The island's coral reefs, while threatened by climate change, still harbor a dazzling array of fish, from brightly colored parrotfish and angelfish to the occasional reef shark patrolling its domain. Snorkeling or diving in these crystal-clear waters is a truly unforgettable experience, immersing you in a world teeming with life. Humpback whales migrate through these waters annually, their majestic presence a reminder of the ocean's grandeur. Dolphins often frolic in the waves alongside boats, their playful antics bringing smiles to the faces of islanders young and old. The ocean surrounding Pitcairn is a constant source of wonder, providing sustenance, recreation, and a deep connection to the natural world. Section 3. Echoes of the Past. Treasures of History. Pitcairn Island is a living museum, its very existence a testament to a pivotal moment in maritime history. The legacy of the Bounty Mutineers is etched into the landscape, their story woven into the fabric of the island's identity. The remains of the Bounty, though submerged beneath the waves, are a tangible reminder of the mutineers' daring escape and their decision to make this remote island their home. Artifacts from the ship, salvaged from the wreckage, are treasured possessions, displayed in the island's museum alongside historical documents and photographs. The island's cemetery is a poignant reminder of the hardships faced by the early settlers. Weather-beaten headstones mark the graves of mutineers, their Tahitian wives, and their descendants, their stories etched in stone. As you walk among these graves, you can almost feel the weight of history, the echoes of lives lived and lost in this isolated corner of the world. The islanders themselves are the keepers of their history, their stories passed down through generations. They can trace their ancestry back to the original mutineers and their Tahitian companions, their names and stories preserved in oral histories and family trees. Visiting Pitcairn is like stepping back in time, a chance to connect with a unique chapter in human history, and to witness the enduring legacy of the Bounty Mutineers. Section 1. The Tyranny of Distance, Isolation's Bite. The allure of Pitcairn Island, its image as a tranquil paradise, often overshadows the stark reality of its isolation. This remoteness, while a source of beauty and tranquility, also presents a formidable challenge, shaping every aspect of life on the island. Imagine a life where the nearest supermarket is over 3,000 miles away, a journey of several days by sea, where medical emergencies require evacuation by air, a costly and often perilous undertaking. This is the reality of life on Pitcairn, where the tyranny of distance is an ever-present concern. The island's isolation makes even the most basic tasks a logistical challenge. Supplies arrive by ship only a few times a year, weather permitting. Fresh produce is a luxury, available only when local gardens are abundant. Fuel, building materials, and other essentials must be carefully rationed, their arrival eagerly anticipated. This isolation also takes a toll on social connections. While the internet has bridged the digital divide, connecting islanders to the outside world, physical contact with family and friends who have left the island is rare. The sense of community is strong, but the longing for connection beyond the island's shores is a constant undercurrent. Section 2. A Shrinking World, the Exodus from Eden. The population of Pitcairn Island has been steadily declining for decades, a slow exodus from this remote paradise driven by a complex interplay of factors. The island's isolation, limited economic opportunities, and the allure of the outside world have all contributed to this demographic shift. For young people growing up on Pitcairn, the island can feel both confining and limiting. Educational opportunities are limited and job prospects are scarce, often revolving around subsistence farming, fishing, and government jobs. The allure of higher education, diverse career paths, and the vibrancy of life in larger communities proves irresistible for many. The island's shrinking population has far-reaching consequences. Maintaining essential services like healthcare and education becomes increasingly challenging with fewer taxpayers and a shrinking workforce. The sense of community, while still strong, is strained as families grapple with the departure of loved ones. The Pitcairn Island government has implemented various initiatives to attract new residents and stem the population decline, including offering land grants and promoting the island's unique lifestyle. However, attracting newcomers to this remote and challenging environment remains a formidable task. Section 3. Shadows in Paradise, Challenges on the Horizon. Pitcairn Island, despite its idyllic image, faces a confluence of challenges that threaten its very existence. Climate change, economic vulnerability, and the fragility of its ecosystem cast long shadows over this remote paradise. As a low-lying island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, Pitcairn is on the front lines of climate change. Rising sea levels threaten to inundate coastal areas, while more frequent and intense storms endanger infrastructure and erode the coastline. The fragile ecosystem, home to numerous endemic species, is also at risk from changing weather patterns and rising ocean temperatures. The island's remote location and limited resources make it economically vulnerable. Tourism, while offering a potential source of revenue, is limited by the island's remoteness and the challenges of accessing it. The local economy remains heavily reliant on government subsidies and the sale of postage stamps and honey to collectors. Maintaining essential services like healthcare, education, and transportation is a constant challenge, with limited resources and a shrinking tax base. The island's reliance on a single ship for supplies makes it vulnerable to disruptions in shipping schedules due to weather or other unforeseen circumstances. Section 1. Paradise Found? As we draw our journey to a close, we're left with a question that lingers like the salt air on our skin. Is Pitcairn Island a paradise or a nightmare? The answer, like the island itself, is a study in contrasts, a tapestry woven from threads of beauty and hardship, resilience and uncertainty. There's an undeniable allure to Pitcairn, a siren song that whispers of escape from the modern world. The island's natural beauty is undeniable. Rugged cliffs plunging into turquoise waters, lush valleys teeming with life, and a night sky ablaze with stars unseen in light-polluted cities. The pace of life is slow and deliberate, dictated by the rhythms of nature, a far cry from the relentless pace of the modern world. The sense of community is palpable, a bond forged in shared history and the challenges of island life. Generations have lived and died on this tiny speck of land, their stories etched into the landscape, their legacy carried on by those who remain. The islanders are warm and welcoming, their hospitality as genuine as the smiles on their faces. To experience Pitcairn is to step back in time, to witness a way of life that has vanished from much of the world. It's a reminder that there are still places where nature reigns supreme, where community is paramount, and where the simple pleasures of life are cherished. Section 2. The Price of Paradise. Yet paradise often comes at a price, and Pitcairn's isolation, while its greatest asset, is also its greatest burden. The tyranny of distance is an ever-present reality, shaping every aspect of life on the island. Access to healthcare, education, and even basic supplies is a constant challenge, a reminder of the precariousness of life on this remote outpost. The island's shrinking population is a stark reminder of the challenges facing this fragile community. The allure of the outside world, with its opportunities and connections, proves too strong for many young people, leaving behind an aging population and a shrinking workforce. Maintaining essential services becomes increasingly difficult, and the island's economic vulnerability is a source of constant concern. The shadows of the past also linger over Pitcairn. The legacy of the Bounty Mutineers, while a source of fascination for many, is a double-edged sword. It has shaped the island's identity and attracted attention from the outside world, but it has also led to scrutiny and, at times, exploitation. The island's history is a reminder that, even in paradise, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. The challenges facing Pitcairn are significant, but the islanders are a resilient people, their spirits unbroken by isolation or adversity. They are adapting to the changing world around them, exploring new ways to sustain their community and preserve their unique way of life. Section 3. A Future Adrift. The future of Pitcairn Island hangs in the balance, a delicate ecosystem caught between the forces of preservation and change. The islanders face a pivotal moment in their history, a time to chart a course for the future that honors their past while embracing the possibilities of the 21st century. Tourism, while a double-edged sword, offers a potential path to economic sustainability. Sharing their unique culture and history with the world could provide much-needed revenue while raising awareness of the challenges facing the island. However, it's crucial to balance economic development with the preservation of Pitcairn's fragile environment and cultural heritage. Attracting new residents, particularly those with skills and expertise that can benefit the community, is essential for the island's long-term survival. Offering incentives for relocation, such as land grants or support for starting businesses, could entice individuals and families seeking a simpler, more community-oriented way of life. Ultimately, the fate of Pitcairn Island rests in the hands of its people. Their resilience, their deep connection to their heritage, and their willingness to adapt will determine whether this remote outpost can weather the storms on the horizon and chart a course towards a sustainable future. As we bid farewell to Pitcairn Island, we carry with us a profound respect for the islanders and their unwavering spirit. Their story is a testament to human resilience, the enduring power of community, and the timeless allure of a life lived in harmony with nature. Whether paradise or a testament to human endurance, Pitcairn's story is a compelling reminder of the fragility of life on the edge of the world.